bosse toujours en solo dans la province de Vang Vieng. Je suis en direction du Sae Lao Project, Sae Lao Project, excusez-moi, qui est tenu par Sae Lao, qui est un Canadien en reconversion et qui a en fait décidé d'organiser une sorte de communauté où tous les gens du monde peuvent le rejoindre et donner des cours aux enfants en anglais pour qu'ils aient éventuellement un meilleur futur, lancer une autosuffisance alimentaire avec un jardin en permaculture, un petit restaurant à part, l'autosuffisance aussi énergétique avec du biogaz. Allez, je vous emmène.
My name is Sae Lao Project, a board member or a vice president of EEFA, Equal Education for All. So Sae Lao Project, it's one of its main project. So I'm also in charge of the Sae Lao Project. About 4 hectares, and within this we have a kitchen, restaurant, and the community center, which is what we use for teaching English to local children around this area, but also it's accommodation for our international volunteers from all around the world.
So where are we?
Right now we are in the community center. So what you see here, this is more like library, English class. So when we have class, we have about 5 different classes going at 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
So each class we have about 20 kids.
What's the goal of teaching them? What do you teach them?
We're teaching them English. The goal of it, it's because Vang Vieng is a tourist. There's a lot of tourists coming into Vang Vieng, right? So our goal is to be able to get the local people to be able to communicate with foreigner. So which means they could have tools to find jobs, like work in a restaurant or in a hostel, these kind of things. So permaculture, I did not know about permaculture until I doing this project. I only get a chance to know permaculture 2013.
All right, so that's pretty.
When I first learning about it, and then 2014 we start to have one permaculture course right here.
Okay.
This is one of our proudly the biogas system. What we use is normally we have a dome, a tank, which is fermentate to get the methane to put directly into the kitchen. So with the toilet and the animal waste, we put on the other end, so it pushing into the dome and it produces methane, and the methane is being pushed into the kitchen, and the waste is just coming out. As you could see, that's the waste. This is 100% fertilizer. So we could use that juice to mix with our compost, or we could dilute that with water and water our garden. Before, when I start the garden here, nothing grow.
Okay.
But after 3 years, after we put organic matter in, so nothing's growing much better.
Yeah. Do you think that actually gardening your own food could also improve your quality of life?
Definitely. You know what you consume.
Yeah.
You know what you're taking in. So you feel much safer. Because when you buy it from the market, you don't know what they put in. Fresh. Very good.
Very good, yeah. So everything is basically made here. You try to...
Trying to. My concept is we need to maximize the use of what we have. Because in this world, naturally, there's no waste from the animals. The only waste that being produced is from human. So what happened is like we consume too much, and we don't think we don't look at what we have, and we always want more and more. So what I'm trying to do is try to look at what we have and to maximize the use of them. For instance, I'll give you one sample. The waste from the kitchen, you could basically just take that and make into compost.
There's a very few
Yeah.
people who does it.
Yeah, but what I do here at this project, from the kitchen itself, I feed the scrap to the pig. After the pig eat it, when they manure, when they're dropping, to take the dropping, put into the biogas, and then we're using the gas, and then what is left or whatever come out, that's compost. You see, before it's jump into the compost, it go through the pig and the biogas. So
It's a circle.
yeah, that's what I mean. Maximize the use of it. In the end, it's still compost.
Yeah.
Does it take a long time? No, it's not. Actually, it break down very fast when you feed into the animals. The animal help to make compost even much faster rather than wait until it rot.
Do you think that the solution is actually maximizing everything we have?
I think it will make this world much better if we maximize the use of what we have, and then things just not sitting around and it's not gone to waste. Why we looking for more stuff when we already have a lot of stuff but not using them? Why not try to use what we have? But in order to get the people to understand about how important is food, you have to educate them. So that's why education is a part of it also. So it could help. If the people don't understand, then they would not do it. So you need to do awareness raising on food, on how important is the nutrition.
How do you teach them here?
Right now, we not yet have the right tool to teach them, but in our plan, we would like to do that. In the past, we haven't done that because for me, food security and nutrition, I just learned about it about 3 or 4 months ago. About how important it's the infant, especially from pregnancy, to have the right nutrition up to 1,000 days from birth, because the nutrition will help the brain to grow also. Most of the child around the countryside, they don't have enough nutrition, so their brain, it's not very effective.
It has been, there are some links also between pesticide and
That also.
some disease also.
Yeah, that's also, yeah. So all these, it's very important, and I hope we could put this into our English class also, not only about just teaching English, but also to teach them about the nutrition, how important the food.
What do you think could be the biggest fight to get it to a more sustainable world, food-wise?
The most effective, I think, the knowledge. I think all of the people, they have to be aware of the food that we eat. They have to know where's the food come from, and I think the best way is if the people, they are able to grow it themselves. That would be the best way. So in order to change their mind, we have to give them the alternative way of life. So we have to show them the part, to where, how, to live. We cannot just go and say, oh, stop chopping down the trees, you're killing yourself slowly. But we need to say, like, look, you're doing this, you know what you're getting. I think people know. And if you want to change, would you like this or not? We just go and ask them if they would like to do it or not. I believe they want a way out.
I think people are just, they want to change, but they are scared to do it.
They're scared, but they need to see you. So that's why whatever I'm doing, it's more like a set up a model for them, a good sample, a good practice. So that way people see like, this is a good idea, so we could try. We don't have to start a big scale, a small demonstration first. But we need more people to come together and make sure that the local people can see. You cannot just talk to them, but you have to demonstrate to make sure that they see it's better for them. And then, believe me, they can do better than we started. That's how local people are. They are very, very clever, but they just don't want to change it until they see, and when they got the idea, and they could improve it even better than us. So anything that nature give it to us, anything that growing in the wild, it's actually perfect for those plants. So as human being, we've been work against the nature. We don't observe the nature enough. Why don't we have a look at why is this plant is growing there? Why don't we do enough research and then we copy them, or we find a spot that exactly like that and put that species
next to another one.
Yeah,
this is permaculture.
Yeah, permaculture, it's like you work with the nature, not against the nature. So that's why I'm always thinking about new way of doing things. When we doing farming or gardening, you have to get rid of, first thing is weeding, watering. So these are two things that you could get rid of. So you have to think, how can you stop the weed growing so you don't have to weed them? And then you have to set up a water system that it's actually do it by itself without you have to be watering them. So that's the idea, because most of the people, when they're doing these things, they have to feed, they have to water them like twice a day. So that's a lot of work. So if you can show the local people how to do to avoid all these, I think a lot of people would want to be a farmer or grower, because in the old system, the way that they're doing things,
it is tough.
Yeah,
it looks really tough.
Yeah, it's look very difficult. So we have to be a smart farmer. So
Yeah,
I like the idea of smart farmer.
why did you think, oh, I need to start it, I need to
The thing that made me start doing this, because when I came back to visit 1998,
so you were in Canada?
I was still at Canada at that time. I saw a lot of trees, like big trees that chop and like in a big truck transport endless long road, hundreds of trucks. I was like, whoa, this is ridiculous. It's so I feel so bad, and I want to do something. I want to stop them, but how? So I'm trying to stop that, because I want to protect the nature, the trees, what we have.
Is it your job? Was it your job? What did you do before?
It's not my job, but I believe it's everybody's job. Everybody profit from the trees. Trees produce oxygen. So all living things depend on trees, on plants, because plants produce oxygen. So I decided to start this project, showing them that you could build up something, but you could leave the trees growing still. As you could see, I don't destroy all the trees.
Yeah, there is no trees cut here.
We cut them when we need to build something, but only, as you could see over there, where those houses standing, we only cut where we built, and around it we leave the trees. So tree give you shade, give you moisture. So yeah, reassure that you will have water, and when you have water, you will have food. So when you're talking about food security, this is one of them. You need to protect the nature. You need to keep all the trees. Without trees, there's no water. Without water, you cannot grow anything. So if you talk about food security, that's one thing.
Take care of
you have to take care of the nature.